Welcome to the Controlling Cash Flow and Credit Club, where we talk home-based business, income shifting strategy, and credit repair with your host Melissa King, my econ, and Tony of the Tony Clopton Show. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave us a comment. Now let's do this.
Hello.
What's happening? Can you hear me, MK? Can you hear me okay?
I hear you now.
Good. Woo. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. She's been trying to figure out how to do this live for the last 30 minutes.
Like he said, don't believe it.
Ooh,
Do
man.
not believe it. Don't believe the hype. But welcome back, everyone. It is so good to see y'all. And you know why it's so good to see y'all? Because as y'all can tell, it's holiday time.
Yeah.
And do you know what holiday time means? It means
Hey.
boom.
Hey.
Holiday promo.
You know it.
That's right. Y'all know every year around end of November, Tony and I show up just like old Christopher Kringle.
Yep.
Bringing you good tidings.
Yeah.
And all of that, do that jazz and stuff.
Yeah.
So, well, before we jump into all that, let me introduce my co-host. I am Melissa King. I am, of course, the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh yeah.
That's why I always wear my gift assist for the holidays. Now, I am a home-based business owner. I have been a home-based business owner now for 10 years. Longest job I've ever held, y'all.
Okay.
10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of it. And you know, it came back full circle today. I'm gonna tell you how. So, you know, Tony here, or as I call him, Professor Clopton, because he has his PhD in money. Did he go to Harvard? No. Did he go to Yale? No. Did he go to Princeton? No. Professor Clopton got his PhD in money from the School of Hard Knocks. I'm telling y'all, he just for y'all, you know, he went through all these uphill, downhill battles just so he would have the experience to come back and tell you what he done tried that worked, what he tried that didn't work. You know, different things he done over the years. So I just was drawn to his financial genius, so to speak. So he started his business, and I was like, you know, kind of Facebook stalking him, trying to see what he was talking about. So push comes to shove, in November 2015, I decided to call him and ask, what are you doing? I need to know what you're doing, because I've been waiting on you to stop sharing this mess because you done got bored with it and moved on to something else, but you still talking about it. You still talking about cash flow and money and credit and all this other catchphrases and stuff. So I'm like, I need to know what you're doing. So anyway, the professor here, he explained to me what cash flow means. It's flowing cash into your household. He explained to me how being a home-based business owner can put you in a different taxing situation. He even explained taxes to me. Now, like I said, he got his PhD from the School of Hard Knocks. But what he has taught me about money, the UAB didn't teach me that. And I took microeconomics twice. So I can humbly say that his lessons that he taught me about having home-based business was more beneficial to me than the finance classes that I had to take at UAB for my degree, which has nothing to do with money. And you can tell that by looking at my track record with money. I ain't go to school for it. It's real obvious.
Right.
So anyway, at this time, I will allow the professor to say a few words and, introduce himself.
Okay. Well, Melissa, I appreciate you for talking about me in such a great way, man. Some of that stuff half true. I must say some of that true. The genius part, I love that part. That's the part that's true, y'all. The rest of that stuff really don't matter. But anyway, like Melissa said, hey, I probably been in the game a little bit longer than her. But man, I'm gonna tell you, I've learned a lot from her as well. It's like you're gonna deal with people that is gonna be scared.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with some people that's skeptical. You're gonna deal with some people that's don't understand how money works. Like I did. I didn't know how money worked, but I'm gonna tell y'all, the genius in me really comes from the common sense part. I don't have a whole lot of book sense. I'm gonna put it out there. I don't have nobody's degree. You know, I everything that I've earned, I earned from hard labor. And I'm telling y'all, labor and leverage is not the same thing. We got to start leveraging strategies and leveraging systems to get wealthy. And when I saw this, I knew this was for me. I said, man, if I don't have a book sense and I don't have this fancy degree like some of y'all do, I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna show enough struggle. So
Now,
if anybody like me,
before you go any further,
yeah,
you already threw a big word out there for us: leverage.
Yeah.
Break that down.
So leverage. So I'm in my own way. I'm gonna say how I can get further using something that somebody else. Well, let me put it another way. I'm using something that can get me further than where I could be if I didn't have it. Leveraging a system that can get me just as much money as somebody that has a doctor's degree or somebody that has a PhD.
Okay.
I can leverage information that can get me profitable faster than me going to somebody's school. And that's because I'm focusing on how can I create money without working. So that's leverage using systems and software, something that I don't have that I didn't have to get me where I want to go.
Now,
Does that make any sense?
It does, and my mind got stuck on those three magic words: money without working.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Exactly. So, man, I'm gonna tell you that's what excited me because I felt like I'm doing all the hard work, but I'm not seeing all of the money that's supposed to come with it. And I'm like, I know some of these wealthy people are not any smarter than me. So I got to figure out what are they doing that I could do to get me where they are. And lo and behold, my econ landed in my lap.
Okay. Now tell me this. How did you discover my econ? I discovered stalking you. Who was you stalking?
So somebody that really wants to do better in life, they start seeking and looking for stuff. You know, I've always been looking. I'm reading and I'm watching other people's posts and how they move. And how I got involved, I watched one of my coworkers go somewhere that I wanted to go. My wife likes to travel. I like to travel within reason for me. And I was like, okay, my wife wants to go to Punta Cana. My coworker went to Punta Cana, and she said, "Oh man, y'all ain't gonna believe this. I went to Punta Cana and I got the government to pay the bill." And I said, "Wait a minute now. What you mean you got the government to pay the bill. My ears, I'm talking about my ears was like, ding, ding,
Mhm.
ding. What? I need that in my life. So I'm like Melissa, I was Facebook stalking, watching somebody else enjoying their life,
Mhm.
saving money. And I said, that's what I want to do. And that's how I got started with my econ. I called her up and said, hey, I don't care. I don't want to hear about none of all that extra stuff. I want to know, how do I save some money and get the government to help me pay the bill, just like he did for you? I need to
Right.
know that. And where I need to sign. I ain't asked no question. If it's gonna cost some money, I need to find out how can I spend a little bit of money to save a lot of money. And that's
Mhm.
what my common sense kicked in, and I joined without playing with it. And it was way more than 1995. We'll get to that later.
Oh
But the cost shouldn't be an option. I understand what cost versus value means now.
yeah.
Even if I spend $1,000, it's gonna save me $7,000-8,000 in the long run. It just made sense to me.
Exactly. I'm gonna tell you how this thing came full circle for me. Okay, so like I said, it's been 10 years. So picture 10 years ago, um, it's December now. This was November, mid-November. And you know, I just signed up. I'm talking to
Mhm.
Tony, and I'm like, he's telling me all the benefits of a home-based business, the tax write-offs, the you know, write-off deduction, same thing. You know, how, like he said, you can get paid to travel, you know. So I'm talking to him and I was like, dang it. I wish I had started this business earlier because me and my girlfriends are going to Punta Cana. Same Punta Cana is that word, that magic word.
Right.
So and I said, I probably could have used this for that. And he was like, okay, you still can. And I'm like, but whatever do you mean, Professor Clapton?
Mhm.
And that was when he was telling me the great thing about my econ as a business. And our business is basically, because I'm sure y'all are probably sitting there the way I was, listening adamantly, waiting to hear what kind of business is it? What I gotta do? What's the
Right.
business?
Mhm.
That's the only part I had. I done paid for it like stock and barrel. Don't got a clue what my business is.
Right.
Now what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to sell lipstick. I'm gonna have to what? Those vacuum cleaners.
Right.
What I
Right.
gotta do?
Right. Yeah.
You know. So he explained to me that our business teaches people the one thing that everybody needs: financial education. And when I tell you I'm a poster child for needing some financial education,
Mhm.
my name should be splashed all across my econ.
Right. Right.
What not to do,
Mm.
how not to get started.
Mm.
That was 10 years ago though. So say all that to say, so at that time, I was like, well, okay. So I had already partially paid for my trip, but I still had my flight ticket and some other things going on. And I was like, well, okay. I mean, I just got started. How is it? He was like, think about this. Wherever you go, you're taking your business with you. So if you are getting on a plane, you're driving to Atlanta, you're getting on the plane, you're checking the bag, you're paying for parking for 3-4 days.
Mhm.
You got your plane ride. Am I it going?
That's me.
Oh, okay. You got your plane ride. You got your cab fare from the airport or the shuttle service, whatever. He was like, all of these things are going on. If you have your business with you, then you're working.
Right.
So I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this business thing. I
Mhm.
still don't know 100% what I'm doing, but
Mhm.
I like the fact that I can take it with me everywhere I go.
Right.
So sure enough, my friend Sheila, and I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute, hold on for a minute, I'm gonna tell y'all how it's gonna come full circle. So my friend Sheila, she had planned this 40th birthday party. We went to Punta Cana. A couple of my girlfriends went with me. We all went over there, and I'm sitting up there thinking like, okay, how do I make this work the business into this? So, we done been there for like a day. And first thing I did when I got over there, I said, I need to upgrade my room to business class because I need access to the internet and to a printer.
Mm.
And they were like, okay. So of course, you know they weren't free. But you know why I needed access to that? Because I had to print out some information. I had to create a sign-in sheet.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things I couldn't do without having the computer and the printer and the internet, whatever in the room and everything. So right there, right then, justified. So we were all standing around in the lobby waiting on them to get the room together for the birthday party. And I was like, I just took a deep breath and I was like, well, it's now or never. And I'm like, excuse me, everybody. I just want to bring to y'all's attention that I know most of y'all are here for a birthday party. As much as I love the thought of traveling for a birthday party, what I love more is traveling for business. And I'm gonna say, you know why I love traveling for business? Because I don't have to pay for it.
Mm.
You know, I was like, you know, I just want to take a few minutes and I'm gonna pass this sign-in sheet around for y'all so y'all can give me your name, your contact information, and I'm gonna tell y'all how this trip was paid for through my home-based business.
Wow, that's good.
Now, mind you, I ain't been in the business but 15 minutes.
Right.
So
you talking like an expert. You're an expert already in the first 15 minutes.
And here's the thing: the presentation went but 5 minutes long.
Okay.
But I met the requirements for this being a business trip. I went over to the place. I did the presentation. I got information to contact the people to get started if they wanted to get started.
Mm-hmm.
I was keeping a record of it with the sign-in sheet. Mm-hmm. So at that point, after we had that spiel and the rest of the trip went on, hey, yeah, I did some other things while I was there, like some excursions and some going in a cave and all this stuff that I really didn't want to do. Anyway,
right.
I did all of that. But my reason for going over there, just like, now here comes full circle part. Okay, so that was 10 years ago. So, like I said, my friend Sheila was turning 40. Well, this weekend, my friend Sheila, she is having a 50th birthday party.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
And I was telling Tony yesterday, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to drive because when I looked at the cost of the flight, just really wasn't prepared to spend that kind of money, you know. And I'm just like, but then I was like, I Googled it to go from here to Charlotte. It's gonna be 7 hours one way. I'm coming right back. Like I'm gonna drive up on Friday, come back on Sunday. And so the more I thought about it, and then you know what I remembered? I got a business. I have a business.
You got a business.
Prior to yesterday, I was going to Charlotte for a birthday party. After I did the MapQuest, checked the road conditions, and figured out how much time I was going to spend on the road, I was no longer going to Charlotte for a birthday party. Right. I could catch a birthday party if somebody having a birthday while I'm there this weekend. Right, you know, if it just so happens there's going on. Yeah. But my purpose of going to Charlotte is to introduce my business, my econ, during this holiday promo.
There you go.
Talk about the 10 years I've spent my econ home-based business on, the benefits I've gotten, how my credit score got up to 837, how I was able to hire my child, how our children together started their own business in the middle of a pandemic. Yeah, you know, so that 5 or 10 minute speech I gave 10 years ago. Yeah, that joke's gonna get a little longer this time.
Oh, girl, look at her. You know what happened? You had to remind yourself of who you were.
I did,
and then it changed your whole mindset about life. You like everybody has a lifestyle. Hey, I'm dreading about going to do this, man. Hey, look, in December, everybody be scrambling for business deductions. You got some right there, and didn't want to even take them.
And I'm like, It didn't even dawn on me until I got ready to book the flight because I started having deja vu. I'm like, we right back where we was before 10 years ago.
Yep.
And you know, the great part is the same rules still apply.
It still applies.
I'm gonna go to Charlotte. If you are in the Charlotte area or the Kannapolis area or the Concord area, and you like to meet up and talk about my econ and how this home-based business can help you to cash flow your lifestyle, hit me up on any social media I got. All of it is Melissa King. You can go to YouTube, you can go to IG, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you want to go.
Right.
Reach out to me, set up a time. We can talk virtually. We can talk face to face. We can do it. I want to do it. Because I'm going to be in the Charlotte area conducting business this weekend.
Okay.
So, you know, like I said, full circle. And I ain't even realized.
So y'all got to think about what she said. This stuff she was going to do or didn't want to do and start seeing, wait a minute, I can get something more greater out of it. Of course, she's going to have a good time with her girlfriend, but at the same time, she knows she had to spend some money and she was tripping about how to spend the money, not knowing that she can get it back.
Exactly, because that ticket, because I did wait. I just bought the ticket yesterday morning. So you know how it is when you buy a ticket right before you finna fly. It ended up being close to $600. And, you know, I was like, ew. Then I thought about it. I was like,
look, y'all, I hope y'all heard what Melissa was saying. Look, y'all should take this same approach to everything you do, even the bills you pay, the car you drive, the house you live in, the vacations you take. You have to look at it as a business expense, because if you don't, it's going to hurt you and you're going to be feeling busted and disgusted about all the money that you spent and didn't get anything for it. A $19.95 investment can get you your money back. All you got to do is apply the information like Melissa did and change your whole lifestyle.
Exactly. So I'll put the flyer back up there. I'm sorry it's a little choppy, y'all. But what it says is we are now having our holiday mega sale. The biggest deal of the year on our membership. Just $19.95 will get you started today. Not next week, not next year.
Right.
Today.
So listen, for those that got to go buy that big screen, 85-inch, 95-inch screen TV, that $19.95 can get you that TV money back. For those that probably going to drive out of the country or up the street or to the next county or city or state, that $19.95 can get you your gas mileage back. All the food you eat on the way to your auntie or your uncle's house, that $19.95 can get you your money back.
Right. And that's the great part of it. Just because your business is a small scale, because I consider mine small scale, I don't have overhead. I don't have tons of clients. I don't have, me and I can't never remember that man's name. The one from Nebraska is supposed to be the richest man in the world. Anyway. The rich dude.
Yeah, the rich dude.
The rich dude. His business is, mine ain't even on the same scale, nowhere near it. But what we do both have in common, we both get the business deductions. And you got to think about it. We are in a society now, especially, and I try to keep my mouth off this man's name, and I ain't even gonna call it now. But we are in an era where the country is being run by business owners. So if the country is being run by business owners, whose best interest do you think they're gonna have in mind?
Okay.
And the part of the great thing about it is there is nothing that says it can't be a finance business. It can't be a business in Madison, Alabama. It can't be a business by somebody who works for Mercedes. It can't be a business for a single parent. There's nothing nowhere written saying that you have certain criteria along that lines to meet. Because then I'm saying that to say a lot of times we cut our own nose off to spite our face because we go ahead and claim defeat before we even get started.
Right.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna look at it. I might do it, but ain't nobody gonna sign up. Well, I'm gonna look at it, but I probably want to stay in there long. Well, I'm gonna do it, but you know, they really just want those deductions for rich people. It ain't for us.
Right.
And I'm looking like,
who is us?
don't count me. You better be talking about you and you better be talking about you and you. Because baby, for the last 10 years, this little business that I have teaching people about financial education has done a whole lot for me. Like I said, my credit score got up. And you know, I learned about taxes. I didn't know anything other than all I knew was people with a bunch of kids get more money back.
Right.
I knew that if you don't have a house, you ain't gonna get much money back. I knew if you made a lot of money, you weren't gonna get much money back. So from knowing those basic things and knowing number one, I ain't had no house. Number two, at the time, I ain't have child at first. And number three, I was making decent money. So I'm just like, well, I'm just 0 for 3. So what am I supposed to do? And I remember asking my tax professional, what can I do? You know what her solution was? Have them start taking more money out of your check. So I was like, well, I guess that makes sense. So here I go over to, you know, back in the day, it wasn't online. You had to go over to HR and you ask for the paper and change up, you know, tell them you want them. And so I had them taking an extra $50 a pay period out for the state and an extra $50 for the federal. Now this was in the late 90s and early 2000s. So $50 back then was probably like $500 right now. Now you say $50, people like, shoot, back then that was hitting me hard because you think about it. I already owing a lot of times, which meant they already was taking a big chunk.
Right.
But in order to keep from owing, I had to give them an even bigger bite.
Right.
All year long. I'm like, well, what's the point? You know, you start questioning, and then you know the first solution you want to do when your money is short. What's the first thing people want to do? Run out and grab what?
A loan?
No, we can't get no loan. The correct answer.
Borrow some money.
You ain't been broke in a while.
Yeah, borrow from Ray Ray.
No, you get you a part-time job. What people do?
Yeah, my bad.
He's not alone. Like I could walk right up in Wells Fargo 20 years ago with a credit score of 591 and ask them for some money.
My bad.
You must have wanted me to bring them some entertainment.
They be like, get out of here. Get.
Like, don't have me being the joke at the dinner table when they get, honey, let me tell you what happened today. This girl strolled in the bank and had enough nerve with a credit score of 591 to ask us to borrow some money. Now, on top of her credit score, she ain't got no extra money. She ain't got no house. She ain't got nothing we can use for collateral, and she want us to hand her over. Yeah, I wasn't finna be the butt of that joke.
Oh, my bad. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you've been a fessel too long. You out of touch.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say. You had me stumped.
And that's a good thing when you like a loan. Don't give me a loan. Now today is a different story. Right. 10 years later, I have come full circle, as I said, and now it's not about me trying to borrow money. It's about who I'm trying to loan my money to in the form of a stock purchases, because basically that's what you're doing. You're allowing businesses to use your money to make money.
Right.
So now I'm looking at stock portfolios. Still don't have as know what I be doing a lot of times. But the thing of it is, I know enough to ask questions, and I have enough money to invest.
Right.
Before there wasn't even no conversation. I
Mhm.
was the one that they was refusing to invest in because they didn't trust my 591 credit half itself.
Right.
So it's a lot. And then I think the best part is, I don't know about you, Tony. We both from the big city of Cortland. It's huge. But
Mhm.
believe it or not, when I grew up, I didn't hear a lot of financial education beyond get a job, go to school, get a job, pay your bills.
Right.
My parents didn't have investment advice, all that kind. And you know why? Because nobody gave it to them.
Mhm.
So the great part of having this business is, when I started this business in 2015, my daughter was 5 years old. She has grown up in the business. She is now 15. Like I said, she's had a job since she was 5. Because the first thing I did was exercise publication 15, which
Mhm.
says that if you have a business, you and your child is under the years of 18 years of age, you can hire your child. Now, mind you, at 5 years old, she went out running, getting coffee and typing up stuff for me. But you know what she was doing? She was on my videos. I was using her likeness.
Mhm.
I was having her whenever, back in the day before we were all virtual and everything. We did a lot of in-home meetings. She could open the door, have people come in, offer them some water and some crackers, and hope they don't take it because we got to use that stuff again at the next meeting. I like offer it to them, but give it to them real slow, you know. But I say all that to say, even at 5 years old, I was able to start teaching her things that at 40, because I was old when I had her. At 40, I'm just learning this stuff. So it felt really good to be able to start teaching her at 5 about credit. She knows whether she chooses to act like she knows, even if by osmosis. Her and Tyler was at enough my econ meetings that they know this stuff.
Mhm.
They might have been trying to tune it out, but they know what credit means. They know what it means to get a deduction, all of that type of stuff. And of course, it's age appropriate. They're not going to be talking like the vessel, but they get the concept. I never got that concept until I was 40 years old.
Mhm.
So it's been a educational 10 years. So out of this business, like, okay, so let me focus back again on this flyer. So it says cash flow shifting membership. That is what the membership that Tony and I still pay into, which by the way is a business expense, and we're able to write that expense off.
Right.
It includes instant pay raise system, my credit repair system. Now, in this, like I said, in the age we're in now, with our leadership now, prices, I know I ain't gotta tell y'all prices that went up. So I'm pretty sure, like me, you may be relying a little bit more on your credit cards and stuff than you're used to in the past.
Yep.
But, because every time I go to the grocery store, come out with fewer sacks and a bigger bill.
Right.
So, if you're swiping, it went from back before when I could swipe, and then at the end of the month, I just pay the whole thing off. I'm starting that thing at the end of the month. I'm like, I can't pay the whole thing, So then that's when the interest started kicking in. So you may not feel like the credit part is as essential as having cash in your hand, but it's pretty much the same thing, because if you are using your credit a lot, and your credit score is higher and your interest rate is lower, you are spending less money over time. So my credit repair system comes with this membership. So you can jump in, dive all the way in, learn everything you need to learn to turn that credit score where you need it to go. And it's yours. It comes with the membership. Tax minimization system. Why does that sound different? That's a fancy way of telling us they're gonna teach us how to minimize our taxes.
Yeah.
It's like a minimization system.
Crazy. Yeah. How about how to say writing off your lifestyle?
Yeah, that's saying, I'm like, okay. All right, rapid debt elimination system. Now I do know what that means. Teach you how to pay them bills down.
Oh yeah.
And it's always different ways to lower your debt. The biggest thing about my econ is it teaches you strategies. You need strategies. I don't care what you're doing, whether you're playing chess, even if you're playing checkers to an extent, you still gotta have a strategy. If you're gonna clean your house up for the day, you gotta figure out what room you're gonna start in. So everything requires some type of planning and strategy to reach a goal. That's the biggest asset of my econ. It teaches you all of the options. You choose the option that's best for you, which is why it's called my economy, because how I strategize to win financially might be a total different blueprint than what Tony does. Tony is married and is a 2-income household. I'm a single parent. So we probably not doing all of the same things because our situations are not the same. But we have all the options and we can decide what option works best for us. Okay, the next one, own a piece of America investing system. So what I love about that is, like I was saying, I went from being the borrower to the lender.
Yep.
Because, they try to borrower, because when nobody trying to loan me nothing. So I went from trying to borrow to being eligible to borrow to a point where I'm like, well, let me see who I'm going to invest my money in. So, like I said, I will not tell anybody that by any means I am a E.F. Hutton. What was the thing when they talk, everybody listens. I wouldn't advise you to listen to me about no stock tips. But what I would say is get the financial education so that when you do decide that you're ready to step up your investment, because like I told y'all, I started late. I made so many bad financial decisions up until I was 40 that now I'm having to try to move in double, triple time. Because Tony, we was having a conversation yesterday about retirement. And I told you, I was like, well, I don't know if I'll be able to retire. I can stop working. But I don't know if that's going to be the same thing as what the average person thinks when they retire. They have worked enough in their lifetime to take care of them through the rest of their non-working lifetime. I haven't made it there yet. So that is why I say, I don't know when I'll get to retire. I set a goal for 55, but you got to save money. And, as the economy changes, sometimes you don't have as much disposable income. So, I don't have to tell you that. So, Tony, I'm gonna let you. We're coming up on 40 minutes in a few minutes. So I feel like I have been monopolizing the conversation, telling my testimony.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm gonna allow my guest here to jump in and just give us some food for thought.
Okay, so I'm not gonna hold y'all very long. I would say now is the time right now that we really should be looking to do better, especially when people going through the holidays. You're gonna be spending money. We know that you always want to make sure people get good gifts and stuff, but you also got to take care of self. They say when you want to rescue somebody, let's say the plane go down, they say the first life jacket or whatever supposed to go on you first, because you got to take care of you. And this system, what we have is to actually help you get your financial situation better so you can do better, not only for yourself, but for other people. And the co-founder of this company, he understands that. You talking about somebody in touch with finances, multimillionaire that understands the struggle of the ordinary people that go to work every day. He knows that most people struggle with money. He knows people struggle with taxes and debt. And the system was set up for you, for us. And if we
Mhm.
come together collectively, just like Black Wall Street, I know a lot of y'all know what happened over there. It's like when people will start pooling their money together, somebody want to come and bust it up. But this is an online system. It's almost impossible to destroy this system. It can't be disconnected. It's not a service. This is a system, a full system that you can operate and build your wealth at your own time. You know, everybody has the same set of building blocks. You can
Mhm.
use it however you want. Me and Melissa is not going to hound you. I'm not going to call you. It'd be some folks scared to talk to me. Like, man, you scared? I'm scared you're going to talk to me about this money thing. Nope. I'm about my money thing. You can be broke, but not me. So if you want to keep your mouth shut up and tight and scared to talk to me, man, I let my system talk. The system is set up for you to learn, not for me to teach you. I'm not going to do that. I just told y'all I operate off of common sense. I don't have all the right words. I don't say I ain't fancy with all of the jargon and all of that. All I can say is point here, click here, point there, listen, watch, share. That's what I'm doing. I'm literally doing what inside of the membership say. You don't have to overtalk this business. People know their credit messed up. People know they need more money. If you're looking for me, I got you. But I'm not chasing nobody. You know what I mean? So I'm telling y'all, get the system if you want to improve your financial situation. I'm not going to force nothing on you. But this system is helping people. I'm talking about people making 6-7 figures. Me and Melissa ain't there yet, but I can see how they got there. And I would love to have a system in place that one day could get me 6-7 figure income consistently without having to punch a clock.
Right.
Small investment can be the biggest thing. I'm gonna tell y'all, like I say, I've seen plenty of people start this business for $19 and turn to a 6-7 figure income. And if you want to question how this little $20 business can help you, you got to see it for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And what better way right now? It's $19.95. You know, one thing we always usually say during the promo, because it's been times we didn't gave this thing out for free. Every year we do some type of promo to the point that some folks actually would start saying, well, I'm waiting to see what y'all Christmas promo gonna do. It's March.
You done lost thousands of dollars.
You done wait 9 months. You gonna wait 9 months.
How about this? You done lost $3,000 trying to get a $10 membership. You lost a lot of money waiting to see what happened for somebody else. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you think about it, I told you I was getting them to take an extra $50 out of each one. I got paid twice a month. So that's $200 a month. And let's say it's March. 200 times 9, that's going to be $1,800 that I've been paying into the system just so I won't have a bill, not so I get money back, but so I won't have a bill. Trying to wait on this system to go down to $19.
Hey, look, here's the thing. If you don't know, then you don't know. We get it. But we're trying to share it with people. And people got to be in a season to receive this information. Now, somebody going to say, Tony, Melissa, now I understand what y'all saying. All you saying is I get a business, I can start writing off my lifestyle and get some of my money back. I can get this pay raise at my job. I can improve my credit score so I can lower my taxes and lower my car note that's already sky high, and I can possibly refinance my house and get a lower payment. Now I'm starting to see how you can cash flow because I'm using the system to increase my cash flow, increase my credit score. A $19 investment. I mean, it's $19 now, but we're going to give that system to you for 3 months. Man, take the $19 investment, pay the $19 for 3 months, see how the system work. And then I guarantee you, if you understand it, you'll never leave it. Like me and Melissa been in 10 years. And I can tell you, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I was. You know what I'm saying? Without this information, you could do that too.
Baby, I thought they quit a long time ago. I quit stuff just like that. So the fact that I've been doing this for 10 years and like Tony said, there are people who this is all they do. and they are making 6-7 figures just from this business.
Mm.
I ain't set up like that yet.
Right.
So I don't want y'all to think I have this huge team working under me. But what I have figured out is there are only 2 things I need to be able to have this home-based business. If I do those 2 things, I don't have to have, I mean, now mind you, it would be nice because we do compensate, like most multi-level marketing systems, we compensate for you introducing people to this system and bringing more people in. Because that means you're adding to the economy, But at the same time, if you're like me and you don't have like 1,000 people under you, you still can benefit from it because just like let's say Tony has 1,000 people under him and I've got 5. We're both using our phones right now to do this. Oh no, he may be on his laptop. But anyway, I'm using my phone. So when I get ready to do my write-offs at the end of the year, I can honestly say, because right here, right now, is me attempting to make a profit. Mm-hmm. And the 2 things that you have, the 2 things that you must do in order to be a home-based business or a business anyway, is to attempt to make a profit and to keep good records. Well, my econ takes care of that because along with this membership, you get a system called the cash flow management system, which makes it easy if you do it. And I'm gonna put that in there. That caveat. Yeah. All of this stuff can be easy, but you gotta put it to work use. You can't just say, I got a business and I'm gonna start tracking everything right around the end of the year. Okay, you defeated the purpose of even having it. Mm-hmm. Or you can't say you have a business and, like Tony said, your mouth is closed and you never talk about it. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do it the way we do it, like coming on and talking on a live broadcast, but you gotta put the word out there. I mean, who opens a shoe store and don't tell nobody with feet that they got shoes?
And another thing, Melissa, this is good, not only for people out there that may be watching, but it's good for us because we always have to stay encouraged in the information because life choke us out too. I get tired coming from work every day. I don't want to talk to everybody, but man, just talking about how we can improve our finance. Like I talked to Melissa about using some AI stuff to build our business where it doesn't have to be me. Hey, y'all gonna see my AI talking to y'all because Tony gonna have to sleep at some point. But social media is wide open. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can't beat the internet. So if you got a business,
that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because the best advertising has always been word of mouth. And then, back in the day, you had whole ad campaigns. You had people getting billboards. They got so much free social media right now that you can run commercials 24/7.
All day.
Put them on repeat.
All day.
And your business is selling itself while you
sleep.
Yeah.
While you sleep.
So this is the best time to invest in that type of business in this virtual world.
Yes.
Long gone are the door-to-door salesmen. I mean, there might be some still out there, but it would take me all day to knock on every door in my neighborhood versus I can hit this button and go out to the millions of people that's watching us right now.
Okay.
Minus.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, it don't take. I ain't gonna lie. In order to go viral, sometimes it don't take but one video that can take off, and you're an instant millionaire. So you never know. This could be the one. You just never know.
It could be, and then it's something we always say too. We get on. If you follow us when we were more consistent, we're coming on every Tuesday and Thursday night, and I'm sure a lot of people were saying, come on every Tuesday and Thursday and tell us the same thing. Well, that's because somebody that's watching this Tuesday may not have watched last Tuesday.
Right.
So anytime there's a chance that you're reaching a new audience member, new ears, fresh ears, or even maybe somebody watched it 50 times before and something we said this time
caught their ear.
So it's like there's always a reason to keep coming alive. And yeah, it feels like sometimes a broken record, but I mean, it is what it is. You have to put it out there. So I know a lot of people, Tony and I always talk about how people just probably just automatically skip over our social media videos because they already know what it's about. It ain't hurt my feelings. You can scroll past it as many times as you want to.
Yeah.
All I know is when it's time for me to report to Uncle Sam at the end of the year, I can tell them that I promoted my business via going live on YouTube and Facebook. I put up posts on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere else. I've passed out, if I needed to, passed out literature, however you get the person, whatever. But yeah, I don't get offended. I don't get offended by people not even joining my business simply because I've told you the two things that I need to do to have a business. And in those two things, did you hear me say anything about somebody having to sign up, Tony?
You know what? You're right. And I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said. And a lot of times your own family, I'm telling y'all, your family is gonna be the last one to want to join your business. And it's okay. There's so many other people out there in the world that are looking for what you have. So don't let that be a reason why you don't keep your business. Because I've seen a bunch of folks start, they couldn't get Ray and Pookie and them to sign up, and the next thing you know, they say it don't work, and then they out.
Yeah,
you gotta give it a chance. You gotta give it a chance.
It never fails. Anytime we give this information, whether it's in person or whatever, there's always one person that's going to grab it and get excited about it. And the first thing they do when they get excited about it is, I know just the person. I know who need this.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Because I did it. I did the very same thing. But me knowing they need this and them knowing they need this is two different things. But if you are the type that gets discouraged easily, and because nobody can see your vision, you quit. I mean, that's just not smart. Why quit doing something that's working for you because somebody else does not want to give it a chance? If I'm getting up every day, walking around the apartment complex 15 times, and I done lost 5 pounds a week for the last 5 weeks, but every time I tell Tony about it, he like, nah, that ain't gonna work for me. What's crazy would it be for me to stop doing it?
Yeah.
And I done seen the pounds come off.
Right. Yeah.
Like, because you don't see what I see, I'm gonna stop doing
it. That's right. I'm just telling y'all, hey, this is the season, y'all. It's gonna be folks sitting around that table, and everybody's conversation is always about these prices, this money, these credit cards. I'm telling y'all, now is the time to say, hey, I think it's time for us to start doing something different. Not next year, but right now. I ain't waiting on next year to make that lie. I'm gonna keep hitting hard right now. The membership is low for you to get in right now.
Test drive it.
$20 and let's get you started.
Test drive it, kick the tires, pretend like we giving you this business to take on test drive. Only thing we charge you is gas. You ain't got to pay nothing on it. You just pay that $19 a month for the gas. And then if you don't like it, turn it back in. You ain't lost nothing. You had a ride for a while. You saw what it feel like. So that's pretty much all we're telling people to do. With this, and this is not anything that as a salesperson, in which I don't consider myself a salesperson. I consider myself more an educator. But nobody wants to leave with, you can quit anytime you get ready. Because you don't want them coming through the door estimating how long they're going to stay before they quit. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't tell you that. You can quit whenever you get ready. But the thing of it is, why would you want to if you're winning?
Yeah. Right. That's good. Oh, man, that's a t-shirt right there. Why would you quit when you winning?
Right. Like I told you, I done lost 25 pounds and I'm going to quit because you told me it ain't going to work for you. You don't see how fine I am?
Well, listen, I'm finna set that t-shirt up. I ain't gonna lie. Why would you quit when you winning? And big old question mark on the back. You know what? I'm glad you came on today. I'm telling you, every time I listen to you, I make money.
Well, but we might need to talk about that then. I might not be getting my cut.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Well,
Hey,
y'all, we just held y'all long enough. We at 55. We right at an hour. So what we gonna give you this call to action. If you are interested in finding out how this business can benefit you, I can't tell you how it's gonna benefit you. You have to get the business, try it on, see how it fit, make your alterations, change your blueprint, whatever you need to do. If it's not for you, bring it on back. We'll park it right on back in the garage for the next person who want to try it. So reach out to myself or Tony. You can't turn on social media without seeing Tony Clopton, whether he is a boxer, a football player,
track star.
a track star, a superhero, a superhero with a bad haircut. You can't get on social media without seeing Tony Clopton. So wherever you see him at, drop a message. Where you see me at, drop me a message. Like you said, we ain't gonna wear the stew at you because we got other stuff to do. But
Right.
I will say, while I'm in Charlotte this weekend, I'm only gonna be there till Sunday. Anybody want to hit me up and talk business? That's what I'm there for.
Okay.
That's what's paying for this trip.
Bet that.
So take advantage of it. Any final words for you, Felsa?
Hey, stop playing with it. Spend them 20 and let's get this bag, baby. Let's get this bag.
That's right. 1995.
That's right.
So, and with that being said, I'm going to speak to see if I can figure out how to get us out of here. And yeah, let me see. They done changed stuff on. That's why you got to go live more often. Because they be changing stuff. And then I ain't knowing how to operate it. Because they done changed so much. I'm like, how I get us out of
folks and technology.
Let me see. Okay. I said okay, but we still here. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to remove this from the screen. I think. Maybe not.
I'm waving like I'm gone.
Yeah, y'all might have to just turn your phone off.
Oh man.
Okay, I see it. Keep from studio. You still? Oh yeah, he gone. Okay. Now let me see if I can kick myself from the studio. Kick studio. Am I gone? I'm still here. Get out of the studio, girl. Go away. Scram. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna hit the button, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in. Are you ready to start your home-based business? If your answer is yes, contact Melissa or Tony and get started today.